Hello and welcome to Exposed Urban TV episode 5. I'm back here with Mark DeJoie, and we're excited to be back at the table again after, 4 weeks now? 5 weeks?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. You remember Mark from episode 1, where he promised that on episode 2 we would learn his age. And since we didn't have him on in episode 2, I thought, we might as well give him the opportunity now.
Well, if it's right now at this,
I knew this was going to be a clever answer.
At taping, I am 49. I'm not sure when we're going to go on air, but at taping, I'm 49.
Wait, when's your birthday?
February 14th.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
That's right. What other day would be good for me?
Yeah, a sweet birthday for a sweet guy.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's fantastic. I can't believe you just came out with it. I thought it was going to be a lot harder.
Well, women are more concerned about that. You know what I mean? You're asking my weight, my baby.
Yeah, I'm not giving away my weight
Another
either.
issue.
So anyway, we're back. We're going to be talking about social media again today, and then some fun things that I found online. But we wanted to start with a topic around social media in the nonprofit space and how it's really starting to take off. And I've actually seen way more social media happening in nonprofits than in traditional enterprises. And I think it's largely due to the type of people that work in nonprofits.
Might be.
But also, I know you've said it's had a very significant positive impact on your budgets as well.
Yeah, one of the things that serving people need in Lynn, we have about 90 staff members, and we have a lot of kids. I call them kids, but they're great staff members, but they're 25, 26, and they've introduced us, the administrative staff, a little older, about social media and how it helps. That's been about a 6 to 8 month learning curve for us. Last year we had a United Way funded a financial stability center downstairs, United Way Mass Bay of Boston, and we set aside $15,000 for our outreach person, and we did fantastic numbers. I think United Way was happy. I think the city was happy. We blew away our numbers of goals that we set forth. But this year we're going over the budget because the budget remained the same. We've cut some things out, and one of the things we've done is we've cut out the traditional form of media, newspaper, flyers and things like that, and we've eliminated that line from our budget, and we've gone straight all social media, Facebook pages.
Because of the success that you saw in year 1.
Because of the budget, we needed to come up with a different way. We could have spent the same $15,000 the same way we did last year, and probably get the same result, I would expect. But we needed the money somewhere else, and I think that's the part with nonprofits that when you have to adjust, and I think nonprofits in general have the agility to adapt because they have to. They don't necessarily. They can't.
That's interesting.
They can't take money out of profit because we don't have it. So what we end up doing is we sit in the same little box and just figure out how to do that differently. And I think the better nonprofits do that well. And the staff here at Spin, when we say we need to do something, they'll come up with a way. That's we consider ourselves the most innovative nonprofit in the state, and it's because of the staff. So
that's great. And what tools are you using? Are you using Facebook, Twitter?
Facebook, Twitter. We use Yammer inside.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of a closed system, so all our staff is just on Yammer. So it's almost like you're just talking back and forth, things the staff needs, and we're looking for somebody who has this specialty. Somebody needs a computer fixed or something. It's just all through Yammer, so nobody else can see what it's there. It's pretty good.
You prefer Yammer over like a Facebook group because of the security it gives you?
You know what? Because of the first guy that was here that talked about Yammer came up, and now I'm learning more about Facebook. Facebook groups. We may be switching to that at some point. But Yammer is what we've been stuck on now, switching them. But we do have a couple of groups set up already under Spin Aquaponics. We have a group there too. So basically, it just allows it kind of. By setting up a group, it just allows all the clutter to go away. So only people who are just, interested in that subject don't have to watch everything else too. Because after a while, if you spend all the time look at the computer, nothing gets done.
Yeah, right.
So that is one of the other issues you need to watch about.
Yeah,
because
sure.
Everybody's just, But the staff,
a lot of companies block those types of sites, and
I've known some pretty good companies that I work with that are doing it, and they, and I said if you don't trust your staff to do it, with all the stuff that goes on there, you're right. But if if the staff are trying to do a job, and I think the job can get done easier that way. So It might be if it becomes an issue, I'm sure we'll address it. But at this point, at this point, it hasn't. It hasn't.
Cool. So anyway, I've been talking with some of my coworkers about the Zuckerberg episode that we did, episode 1. They're not as they don't think Zuckerberg's a god like I do, and they don't think it's the be all end all. And they've been talking about how one in particular was talking about how his kids have completely unplugged off Facebook. They're hipsters. They live out on the West Coast. They're hipsters. Hipsters don't use Facebook.
Right.
So this could become a problem if the hipster community continues to grow, and the young urbans. If we're all hipsters, which I don't think we are. The urbanos use Facebook, definitely.
You urbanos do.
Since I'm the only urbano so far, I know that for a fact.
Right.
The hipster community doesn't, and I was just reading this article about a high school in Washington State where 600 teens conducted an experiment and quit social media use, including texting, for 1 week, and it was really hard at first, but it got easier and easier as the week went on, and they did notice a lot more an in-depth personal connection. Or I don't know if they had been using it, that those same things wouldn't have happened in person or not. But it's interesting to think about, like the impact sort of this stuff has on the way we run our lives and personal communication.
There's no doubt that there's probably too much.
Yeah.
There's too much being used on it, and shutting off, at least for a time, is probably a good idea. I'm trying to do it at my house. My wife is telling me, you can tell it,
get off that thing.
Get off that damn thing, right? So, but I would suspect that a week-long test will be okay. But as soon as those, the marketplace, whether big business or nonprofit, even small business, are all taking, they're becoming more productive. We may not necessarily, productivity may go down because people are surfing the net and doing all that stuff, but I would suspect at some point in time that shutting off for good is not going to be the way the business mandates that things get done. So, I find it to be productive. Are you, when you're top of an organization, are you trying to figure out what's more productive than less? There have been times saying, geez, everyone's just, the Yammer content is not about business. It's about, some jokes being passed around and stuff, but it's also, they're connecting. The staff, who are all different sites, are all connecting one spot.
Right.
Maybe laughing at the same joke, maybe you're laughing at the same person, but it's all in good fun, and it's as far as watching how people connect. It's not connecting by shaking hands, but it certainly is connection when a corporation gets together for a meeting or have to get a project done.
Sure.
Everybody sort of knows each other. So.
Yeah, that happens at our company as well, where we've got people in India and Germany and Utah and here on the East Coast, and absolutely it has made us all aware of what's going on in each other's personal lives. So it's and we wouldn't be able to do that in person. It can't happen. I can't go over to Bangalore and say, hey, what's up, and then travel back.
Right.
So yeah, I've seen extreme benefits to it, and I do think it's going to become more and more the way that we message in every way. I think Facebook's direction along becoming the messaging platform for everything. Your text messages are going to go there. Your email's going to be there. You were saying email is dead, or it's going to be dead?
I was reading an article yesterday that said the email in 10 years it won't be the same. We're not going to use it like we do. I
can see that it won't be the same. I think it'll be in Facebook. I think we'll all be using our Facebook.com email addresses.
Well, I find at this point that every once in a while we have to tell everybody, stop emailing, let's just meet. Because you don't get the preciseness, the precision of what you're talking about, So you have to get together at some point. So if you just rely on the email, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Now, Facebook may, if there's meeting space on, I'm sure that at some point Facebook is going to come up with. If Zuckerberg hasn't thought about it yet, if he's listening here, like those two twins,
I'm sure he
I
is.
want a piece of that too. But I'm sure they're going to have some type of online meeting place there that you can web in and then just sit there and then get off. 5 minutes of that may be better than 3 minutes of email.
Yeah, more video capabilities in the messaging systems. Yeah, absolutely. So
I have taken share of that just in case it doesn't. If you see that on Facebook tomorrow, then you know.
Okay. I wanted to show you one other thing. Unhappyhipsters.com. I think we've got it pulled up over here on Mark's iPad. So this is a great site, and we'll throw some of the pictures up on the video. This is a great site where what's happened here? You clicked on the picture, I think. So they put up a picture every day, and then underneath it there's a caption, and they're pretty much making fun of sort of that overly modern architecture. So, you get things like this picture here, and the little caption: "As years passed with no human inhabitants in sight, the Wegner resorted to lewd exhibitions on the deck." They put a red chair out there. These huge windows. A daily dose of retina burning kept the seasonal colds away. So this site, there's a lot of sites out there like this. There's one called catalogliving.com, and it's just a picture, and it's I saw one recently where it was the house all decked out in like that marine style decor. And it said, "After a week in this home, the inhabitants got seasick," and there were no people in the picture. So there's a lot of sites like this. I've thought of starting one called ohmygodimmayuppie.com. And just start taking pictures of my Burberry glasses and my hair, and putting little captions underneath those pictures. What do you think?
This segment wasn't really prepped. I didn't know where you were going, so if that's what we're talking about, I don't have much to say. But are you going to put these?
Aren't they funny though?
They're very funny, especially the first one. I like the first one.
Yeah, I just wanted people to be aware. I think our followers will get a kick out of these websites if they're not already looking at them.
So what are you going? Is that website of yours going to start? That Yuppie website?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm a yuppie.com. So watch for that. I've already bought the domain, so don't go trying to steal it. So anywho, thank you very much. It's been a joy having you here again.
Yeah.
And we'll have more with Mark over time. We now know that he's turning glorious 50 years old on February 14th.
2011.
That's so exciting.
Yes, it is.
That's a big number. That's fantastic.
That's
Congratulations.
a huge number. Yeah. You'll all be there, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't feel bad for me.
All of you.
Yeah, yeah, all 3 years.
Thank you for watching. Remember to go to exposedurban.com and check out the rest of our content and sign up for our email list. Thank you very much.
See you later.